to be my monthly collab with the beautiful Dursa aka the Brutally Honest Beauty, and we are going to be doing our birthstone look for the month of April. So before you guys watch my video, go ahead and check out Riri. I will leave her linked below in the description box, and you guys can go check out her channel and her beautiful look. You guys know I've been watching Riri for months. I love her. She is amazing. I watch her videos as much as I can, and I just love her personality. She makes me laugh every single time I watch her, and she's beautiful inside and out, and I love her so much. So please go and check her out. You are missing out. You are missing out if you're not watching her. I'm serious. She is like my most watched channel. Like, I love her. She's the best. So I'm really, really excited to see what beautiful look she comes up with. So now I'm going to be getting into the birthstone look for April, which is the birthstone diamond. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, guys, so let me just put my hair up and we will get into the look. So I'm wearing my, I wanted to wear this shirt for Riri, so I'm wearing my expectation versus reality shirt. I just feel like this explains me and her to a T. I need to get this shirt for her. I think she would wear this a ton. It's expectation versus reality, and I just feel like that's everything that I do. So yeah. So anyway, let's jump into the look. So we're going to be using, of course, my Colourpop So Jaded palette. I mean, doy, if you've been watching this series for a while, obviously we use our So Jaded palettes to create our birthstone looks every single month, and it gives us a chance to use the palette once a month and create a bunch of different looks with it. And I'm just so excited to use it every single time because you guys know it's my holy grail palette. So for the first shade that I'm going to start out with, I'm going to start out with the shade Royal Jewels because I kind of want to use Rose Quartz as my defining shade. So I'm just going to take my mirror and we're just going to get comfortable, and I'm just going to take my crease brush and I'm going to dip into the shade Royal Jewels. I almost forgot the name of it for a second because we're just living that kind of life today. It's a pretty light shade. Honestly, I might still use Rose Quartz. I mean, I don't know. Just because I didn't want it to be this orange. You know what? I don't like that shade for this. I wanted this to be more cool toned. So what I'm going to do is just go over it again with my primer and set it again. I think that'll be able to just erase what we just did. We're learning. We're living and learning. So hopefully it won't like make it too orange, and I'll just be able to go in with the shade again. I'm sorry, I'm so all over the place still. I am such a scatterbrain. Since I've had COVID, it's just been affecting my ADD like so much. I feel like it's just been exaggerating it even more. So that's what you get when you tune into my channel, is scatterbrain Caitlin. So okay, so we're gonna dip into Rose Quartz instead because I don't want such an orange color in my crease. So we're gonna go ahead and go in with Rose Quartz instead. Yeah, that's definitely more of what I wanted. And we're just gonna build that up. And I'm gonna do the same on the other eye. Hopefully it'll match up to be the color that I want on both eyes, but I don't think it'll be a problem. Yeah, it looks just fine. Sometimes I have trouble with building up the color on this eye than on the right eye. I always feel like it never sticks to like the inside as well. Like the inside crease area on this eye. I'm just poking myself with eyeshadow, Caitlin. Okay, I think that looks better. Okay, so just went ahead and blended that out more off camera, and now we're going to go in with, I kind of want to keep it cool toned, but I think Jasper won't be too warm toned, so I'm going to go in with Jasper as my as my defining shade. Let me move this insert before it drives me even more crazy. And I'm going to take Jasper and use that as my defining shade. Not too much. I'm just going to work that in the crease. I'm not loving how these shades are blending out today, but I'm just throwing them on. Makeup doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not really a perfectionist when it comes to blending out eyeshadow, honestly. I just throw on the color, to be honest. Sometimes the messy looks end up turning out to be the ones I like the most after like my makeup is done. Like I feel like the process has to be done before I end up liking a certain look sometimes. I'm just like, oh, it looks like shit. And then when I actually finish it, I'm like, oh, it doesn't look that bad. That shade is so damn pigmented, like holy crap. Okay, and then for the outer corner shade, I can't do that. Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm gonna go into the shade Stoned, which is that really dark, cool tone brown. Ugh, I hate holding up this palette though. That's the only thing I don't like about this palette is holding it up. And I'm just gonna take that and put it on my outer corners. I don't know if I'm gonna make this a halo eye. I might. But this is such a pretty, like, cool toned brown. And I haven't done a halo eye in a little while, but I kind of wanted Diamond to be the star of the show. So I think a halo would be pretty. And I haven't done a neutral toned halo eye in a while, so. And did I do a halo eye last month for Aquamarine? I can't even remember, to be honest. I think I'm just going to take it on my lid. Because am I lazy to do a halo eye? Yes, I am. That is no secret. But before we pop on some glitter glue or anything, I'm just going to take my brow bone highlight, which is my Precious, and I'm just going to pop that on the brow bone. I'm going to take a little bit more and just pop that on. You guys know it's one of my favorite brow bone highlights. And I use it every single time I use this palette because I say that every single month. But it's crazy how me and Riri started this series back in like September and we're already like almost done with it, I feel like. We only have like 4 more looks to do after this. It's May, June, July, August, and that's it. So it sounds like September was a while back, but it's really not because we only have 4 more looks and then it's over. Because I'm going to do an updated Peridot look with her because the first look that I did was for my birthday in August, and then me and Riri started the series together in September. But I had done a look with Brittany for the month of August, but she did her birthstone and I did mine, which is Peridot. So now I'm just going to pop on some glitter glue off camera. Okay, and then obviously for the lid shade, we're going to go into the shade Diamond, which is up here, right there. That was a little bit daring for me to do it like that because the shade Diamond is prone to falling out of the pan, so that was a little bit risky. So I'm just going to take it all over my finger, and then we're just going to apply it. I don't know if it might have a little bit of trouble sticking to the glitter glue because this is a Super Shock shadow, so it is a little bit thinner. But I also kind of put on a lot of glitter glue on my lid. I don't know why I did that. I might have to put another shade underneath. It's just a little bit sheer. Maybe I'll just spray my brush and apply it that way because it's kind of more of a sheer blush. Or it might just apply better with a brush. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty. It might be just because it's catching on my finger too much. But I think I'm gonna spray it as well. I never like use brushes to apply my lid shade because it's always more pigmented with a brush. But since this is a Super Shock shadow in the palette, usually the ones that like come in like the little things like this are easier to apply with your fingers because they're way more creamy than the Super Shock shadows in the palettes. Just in case if you were wondering. Okay, and now I'm going to apply it with my finger on top. Okay, that works. We're good. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Yeah, that's way more pigmented like that. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, so now I'm just going to spray my face. And I'm just going to, I think I just sprayed my lips. Jesus, Caitlin. I'm just going to prime with my NYX Marshmallow Primer. I know that Desi just picked this up a little bit ago. I'm not sure if she used this on camera yet, but girl, I freaking love this primer. I use it like almost every day. It's so smoothing and it smells like freaking heaven. It smells so good. Okay, and then for my foundation, I'm going to go in again with the Beauty Blender Bounce Liquid Whip Longwear Foundation. Or do I just want to use tinted moisturizer and be lazy? No, I'm going to use this one. It's already in front of me, so I'm already being lazy by just using this because I don't feel like getting up and getting something else. So we're just going to use this. We're going to take like 3 pumps. This isn't really like, if I take 3 pumps, it's not like crazy, so it's a little bit more of a drier formula, so I kind of take a little bit more just to spread out the product a little bit more. And I'm in the shade 100C. I picked this up at Marshall's a couple days ago, and I tried it out yesterday, and I really ended up liking it a lot, so I just wanted to use it again. We're also not going anywhere today, so just felt like using it. It's funny how usually with these looks, I'll use like a tinted moisturizer, like when I film these So Jaded looks. But then like for the neutral look, I'm wearing like a full coverage foundation. We're living. I mean, I probably would have ended up using this foundation tomorrow anyway, but I just wanted to use a tinted moisturizer tomorrow or possibly use a different foundation tomorrow, so I was like, let me just use this today. It's just, I find it so much harder to rotate foundations now. Because one, like, I don't wear foundation on a regular basis. I'll use, like, tinted moisturizers now, obviously, because, like, the spring. But, this is, like, still a pretty good, like, spring summer foundation because even though it claims to be full coverage, I feel like with a beauty sponge, you can sheer it out a bit more to be more of, like, a natural, like, light to medium coverage. And that's why I really like it because it's, like, still, like, looks really skin-like even though it's a full coverage foundation, so. Okay, and then for my concealer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer just to use it. I mean, I love this concealer, but I figured this would be a nice foundation. I mean, a nice concealer with this look. Oh my god. My brain is so fried today because I had to spend like an hour on the phone with the insurance company about my coverage and everything, so that was fun. Adulting is fun, just like you know. It's like the best thing ever. Don't grow up, kids. So I'm just gonna blend that out. I'm not sure what shade. Fair Warm. Adoy, it's right on the bottom. See? My brain is fried. I don't know if Desi has tried this concealer or not either, but this is a good concealer too. I love this concealer actually. It's one of my faves. I guess I'm showing everything in real time today because we're not going anywhere. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer video. Longer than my Zodiac look with Justice, but I was actually going somewhere that day. So sometimes I don't show all of the steps if I'm actually going somewhere, but because sometimes I either don't have time or it's just because, like, if I'm not going anywhere, then I like to show me applying the steps because no one else is going to see that besides you guys. So such a pretty concealer though. I'm just going to finish blending out. And usually I don't show me setting my under eyes, but I'm using a newer powder. So I just wanted to show you guys. I'm using the Becca Hydro Set powder. And I do like how it looks with this concealer, but I've been kind of like trying to test out other powders with other concealers, so that's why I mostly wanted to use the e.l.f. concealer today, because I just picked up this powder like 2 days ago. Oh my god, powder just went everywhere. And I want to see whether or not it's the concealer that I don't like or the powder that I don't like, because recently my concealer has just been like creasing a lot and settling into my fine lines. So I want to see whether or not it's the powder or the concealer. So we're just going to keep on testing out the powder with a bunch of different concealers. So I'm just going to set my face off camera. So now we're just going to go into lining my waterline. I'm going to take the shade Brownie from Marc Jacobs, and we're just going to, I don't know if I want to smudge anything on the lower lash line. I'm so lazy today. I'm like, nah. But I think I'm going to, just for the sake of this video. So I think I'm just going to take, there's no colors I really want. Maybe I'm just going to take Rose Quartz and call it a day, because why not? I'm just so lazy. So I'm just going to take that, the lightest shade, and I'm just going to smudge that. It's actually pretty pigmented. I thought it was going to be way lighter, but I always forget that these mattes in here are pretty buildable, so just to add a little bit of color on the lower lashes. And then for the inner corners, I'm just going to take the shade Pearl . And highlight the inner corners with that. It's like the most gorgeous inner corner highlight. Love this shade. And I think Pearl is also a birthstone for April, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look that up real quick before I say that. Okay, and then for the waterline, I'm going to go in with the shade Brownie from Marc Jacobs. Okay, and then for my mascara, I'm just going to put on some lash primer real quick. Okay, and then for my mascara, I'm going to go into the Maybelline The Falsies Volume Express Mascara. If I could say words and form sentences, that would be amazing. And I'm just going to coat my lashes with that. This is such a good mascara. It gives such a nice curl. Oh my god, of course. And as I'm smudging it in my crease. Great job, Caitlin. And then I'm just going to coat my bottom lashes off camera. Okay, and then for my bronzer, I'm going to go in with, excuse me, the same bronzer that I used yesterday, which is Colourpop's Private Party, just because I've been doing more cool toned looks the past couple days. So I've been liking this cool toned bronzer with my eyes, because I kind of did a cool tone look yesterday too with my Melt Mary Jane palette, and I used this bronzer. And this is such a beautiful bronzer for like cooler toned eyeshadow looks. I think I'm gonna use a newer blush and highlight as well, just to test them out. So I'm gonna go into this Artist Couture Love Sprung blush palette, and I kind of want to use one of the shades in here. It's such a pretty palette. I love the packaging on this. I think that this can be used as I think it's supposed to be a blush as well. It's kind of like a darker toned shimmery blush. I kind of want to try it out as my blush. I'm going to take very little, and I'm just going to apply it to the cheeks. That is actually really, really pretty. Ooh, I like that. Let's take a little bit more. It's actually not too shimmery at all. And it just looks like a warm tone, like bronzy color. It's pretty. Yeah, so I think it's not supposed to be a bronzer. I think it's supposed to be a shimmery blush. But I also think it's supposed to be like a blush topper for the shades in here. But it's kind of like too dark to be a blush topper, and it's too dark for me to use as a bronzer. But I don't think it's intended to be a bronzer because it just says blush palette. So I'm going to use it as a blush, and I think it's really pretty. It's a really pretty, like, everyday blush. And since I have so many blushes to test out, I might as well use this one. Okay, and then for my highlights, I kind of want to test out... I don't know if I want to test out this highlighter today. I think I might want to. I think it'll be pretty with this. I have this Pretty Vulgar highlighter that I haven't tried out yet. And I think it'll be pretty with this look. I don't have to be so monochromatic with everything. Oh my gosh. Can I not fall out? I think this will be a pretty one. It's not that pink. So this is the Pretty Vulgar Glow Up highlighter in the shade Shimmering Swan. Is that what it's called? Right? Yes, Shimmering Swan. So it looks way more pinker on the actual packaging than it does in the actual pan, but I've never tried any of Pretty Vulgar's powder products, so I was kind of excited to try this out. So I'm going to try it out today. I'm just going to wipe my brush off. And I'm just going to take, I don't know how much to take because this brush picks up a ton of product. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh. Oh, I like that. It's really nice and soft. And it's very smooth. Oh, I'm glad that I tried this out. It's not really too pink at all. It's actually very natural. And it's not like too glowy. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty. Ooh, I like that. It's a more of a natural glow, but it still gives you a really pretty highlight. Like, it's not like super natural. It still has like a really pretty intensity to it, but it's not like blinding. And I actually think that's really pretty. Ooh, I like this highlighter with this look. It's really pretty. I just want a little bit more on my Cupid's bow. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty. Okay, now I'm just going to set my face with my Flower Beauty spray. And then I'm just going to brush through my brows off camera. Okay, and then for my lips, I'm going to go in with the Lime Crime Lip Pop Satin Lipstick in the shade Cold Brew. I kind of wanted a really cool tone lippy. It's just getting a little bit ruined on the top. It still smells pretty good, so I'm going to go in with that. Oh, it's like perfect. I was going to use a Colourpop lippy, but I've been kind of wanting to pull out some of my Lime Crime lippies lately. And it has like a little bit of a shine to them because they're satin, but they have a little bit of like a metallicness to them. They're so pretty and creamy. The last time I wore this was like to work. I don't even remember when. Oh my God. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Okay, you guys, so this is pretty much the finished look. Here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of used a couple new things, nothing too crazy. I actually really like the Artist Couture Love Sprung blush palette. I've only worn the peach shade in here besides the one that I tested out today. And I think that they're so pretty. These are kind of some of my favorite blushes that I've tried. Even though I've only tried like 2 of the shades once, I really like this blush formula a lot. And Riri, I think you would really like this too. Just saying, if you're in the mood for new spring blushes, I think that these are beautiful. I like these even more than the Dior blush that I tried and more than the Melt Cream blushes as well. I think that these are great. And then as far as the highlighter from Pretty Vulgar, I was really surprised by this. It's really, really pretty. I've never tried any of their powder products. I found this at Marshall's for like $6. And it's really gorgeous on the skin. And then, of course, here is the Birthstone look on my eyes. I always see people go like this when they show off their eyeshadow. I don't know why. Is this to like not reflect the light off of your face? Like, I'm not really sure, but it's so pretty. You guys know I love this palette. I love the looks I create with it. And then as far as the foundation goes, I really have been enjoying it. I think it looks beautiful on the skin. And the Lime Crime lip pops are actually really pretty. The lip glazes and the lip pops did not get enough love. I actually really like these. Riri, if you were interested in trying anything new, I think that these would be really fun. They're really pretty on the lips. They're like a satin lipstick, and they're really pretty. So yeah, that's it. I love you guys. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819. And I love how this video is basically convincing Riri every single time we do these to convince her to get new makeup. Not like both of us really need any more makeup, because I've been buying makeup like crazy lately too. As far as the concealer goes, with setting it with this powder, this concealer definitely looks a little bit better than the concealer that I've been using the past 2 days, and it's a newer concealer that I've been testing out. And the e.l.f. concealer is like a few months old at this point, and it looks pretty good, because the other concealer I've been using has kind of been settling into my fine lines like right after I set it. There's like a speck of mascara there. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna stop rambling. So yeah, I love you guys. I can't wait to see Riri's look. Go check out her channel. I will leave it linked below. And yeah, bye.